Hey guys, so we're live again. Welcome to Gut Healing Sunday. And today we're going to talk about silent reflux. Now, I want to apologize because for you guys here on YouTube, the live Q&A was scheduled accidentally for yesterday. So I hope still some of you, I saw a lot of comments coming. I hope still some of you can make it today to the live Q&A. Welcome to Facebook watchers. We are going to do the double streaming again. So if you're here, let me know, hit the chat box, just say hi so I know I'm not talking to myself, which helps. And of course, always this thumbs up is always appreciated. Hi Sean, welcome. So what we're going to do today, we're going to talk about silent reflux. Again, sorry if you've been watching yesterday at the same time. Today we're here. Hey Lori, hey Kimberly, everybody's coming on. It's amazing. So silent reflux, guys. I produced a lot of content around acid reflux, around gastritis, and usually a few people, and sometimes even more, are coming on and in the comments and asking like, yeah, but I have silent reflux. It's completely different. I have different symptoms, and what should I do? So guys, this video is for you. I know you've been waiting a long time, but there it is. So now, the way I structure this video is we are going into silent reflux first. So what is silent reflux? Do you have silent reflux, even maybe without knowing it? Yeah. So if you have any issues, any health issues, you're watching this right now, do you maybe have silent reflux without knowing it? What are the typical symptoms? And then, of course, how you can stop the damaging acid how can you stop the damaging acid and get better in your symptoms and your overall health? Sounds good, guys? I'm so excited to be here, to be honest. So I want to know from you, just as we are starting, do you suffer from silent reflux? Is this a subject for you? Is this a theme for you? Or are you thinking of maybe that's me? Then let me know in the comments below. Just yes, me, something like that. So I know who's concerned with that. Hi, Mike. Hi, Mark, Kimberly, Alexandra. I'm really glad you're here. Thank you so much for engaging in the comment box as well. Okay. So now again, if you're just starting, I'm apologizing for last week. Yesterday, we accidentally scheduled that, but usually it's Gut Healing Sunday. So it's going to be on Sundays at 4 p.m. Panama time. Okay. Let's dive into what's happening. And again, let me know in the comments below in the chat box. Do you suffer from silent reflux? This is a subject for you. Let me know. Okay, silent reflux. What's that? What are the symptoms? So the interesting thing is, from a medical point of view, acid reflux is very, very similar to silent reflux. However, for you, the one who's experiencing the silent reflux, the symptoms present very, very differently. That's why often it's misdiagnosed. People don't really know that they have silent reflux. They think, oh my God, I have other problems, but they're not coming to the cause, and it's often not treated. And even if it's treated from traditional, classic university medicine, that often makes it worse. And we're going to talk about that, why and what you could do to get better. Before we're going to get there, I have a little bit of lemon water here. Now, this might be not perfect for you if already everything is inflamed. But for me, with the enzymes and to rebuild the stomach acid, best thing. What are you drinking right now? Coca-Cola or lemon bounty? Let me know in the comments below. So let's talk about the silent reflux symptoms. Now, the most typical symptoms for acid reflux, this is like this burning sensation in your sternum, like heartburn, GERD. Very typical. But that's usually not what you experience if you have silent reflux. What you experience when you have silent reflux is a myriad of symptoms. So some people who are coming from watching the sinus video, I have a few of them right now, chronic sinus problems, post-nasal drip, can be silent reflux. Can be that everything is inflamed, the acid's coming up, and it's also inflaming the sinus, and then you have this post-nasal drip throughout the day or in the night. So that's one symptom, post-nasal drip. The biggest symptom has to do with your throat. So chronic coughing, especially after you eat something or when you're lying down. So maybe you wake up in the night, you can't really sleep well, and then you wake up coughing and it doesn't stop. Can be silent reflux. Hoarseness of your voice, sore throat, any kinds of sore clearing. Yeah, so if mucus is coming up and you feel all the time and you need to spit out, there's so much mucus, that can be a symptom of silent reflux. And then also very typical is a bitter taste in the mouth. And that has to do with the acidity that we're going to talk about in just a bit. Difficulty swallowing. So I had a few clients who present symptoms like they always feel like they have something in their throat and they can't really swallow. It's like, you don't really, you can't, it's like a blocked feeling. You can't really eat something because there is like a lump, a persistent lump in the throat. So difficulty swallowing. And then of course the lungs, everything that's connected with the lungs, asthma, bronchitis, problems with breathing, short breath, you don't have enough energy. And then of course, one of the big ones as well, and that's why it's often so misdiagnosed, is people who have sleep problems, sleep apnea. And also one of the things that can make social interactions really problematic is that the voice changes because it's so much inflammation. You have a hoarseness in the voice, the throat clearing, the coughing. Can't go to a concert or classical concert, not a rock concert, classical concert, because it's always happening. Or at work, people are always, are you okay? Is it okay? I remember when I had allergies, guys, people constantly like with the tissue, because everything was just streaming. Are you okay? Are you sick? And I'm like, oh no, I just have allergies, So that's like a social issue can come on top of all your suffering. Okay. So these are some of the symptoms, just repeating shortly: chronic coughing, anything, hoarseness, sore throat, throat clearing, postnasal drip, sinus issues, difficulty swallowing. You can't really, there's a lump in the throat, feels blocked, and anything connected with the lungs, asthma, bronchitis, problems with breathing, don't have enough energy, and sleep problems. Okay, just gonna check the comments here, guys, on YouTube. So I see who's here, and how are you doing? Hi, Janice from Orlando, Lori. Okay, so some of you guys who have issues with silent reflux. I wouldn't say that's great, but it's great you're here. Lori, Sean. Okay, we're going to go into your questions definitely after I did my little speech about silent reflux, and we have like a basis where we can talk about. Sounds good? Okay. So I want to know from you guys. I want to know from you, because we'll talk about that in a second. What do you think, or what have you experienced? What makes your acid reflux or the silent reflux worse? Shoot some ideas. Let me know in the comments below in the chat box. What makes silent reflux or acid reflux worse? What have you experienced? Just give me a few things. Coca-Cola definitely counts. Okay. And while you're putting the comments in the... Yes, stress, Victoria, definitely. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Also, gastritis has a lot to do with stress. And while you're typing in what makes silent reflux worse for you, what you think or what you've experienced, I would like to share a little story. Because silent reflux happens in all ages. It can happen as infants, adults, elderly people, but there is a definitely younger children, infants are definitely more exposed and more show more symptoms of silent reflux than adults. And the thing is, guys, by studying medicine, by doing all the naturopath research and becoming a certified naturopath, and then just like being every day confronted with symptoms with my clients, I just noticed more and more all the conditions that I had that nobody diagnosed. For example, and that's a little story I want to share with you because I like personal stuff. I remember that my mother told me that we needed to move city when I was 4 because I didn't get better. I had chronic coughing. I had asthma. my hoarseness of the voice was so bad that I was like in hospital almost every week. I didn't have energy. I was just coughing all night, couldn't sleep, and they couldn't find a cause. And what my parents then, like smart as they are, found out is that's probably the toxicity that was in that city in Leipzig in Germany, where I grew up for 4 years at least, because they had still the oven, you know, where you make fire, you know, the fire, they were burning coal basically, and that the whole air was polluted with coal, and it's super toxic for the lungs. And so one of my theories is that I might have had silent reflux without people knowing. Silent reflux also can lead, especially in infants, to chronic ear infections, and that's something I had all the time, which just got better once we moved the city, and a few months after we moved the city, when things started clearing out. The reason why I'm sharing this with you is not just because you might have children that have silent reflux or anything like that, but also to go more into what's the cause of silent reflux. And guys, this is so misunderstood. So every doctor out there who doesn't have any naturopath background, or even naturopaths, will tell you that it's your gastric acid, your hydrochloric acid is coming up your throat and inflaming everything. No, so again, here we are, it's your body, it's your fault. And they're meaning well. You know, guys, I study medicine, I have friends who are doctors, they mean well, but it's just not true. Like so many other things that your body's attacking itself, and it's your genetics, and it's just you, it's not true. You're good. The problem is the opposite. You do not have enough good stomach acid. You do not have enough good gastric acids. Now that doesn't make sense, right? You think, wow, no, I have so much acidity coming up, that must be the stomach acid. No. The stomach acid, your good stomach acid, if you have enough of that, it's not coming up. It's actually there to protect you from bacteria, to protect pathogenic bacteria overgrowing in your intestines, in your stomach, in your throat, in your sinus. This basically, it's like a block, not in your sinus, in your stomach. This blocks pathogenic bacteria. It kills pathogenic bacteria. This is why the acidity in the stomach is so important. So when you take acid blockers, you know, classical treatment for acid reflux, gastritis, silent reflux is to block your good stomach acid even more. What you do is you exhaust your liver more, you exhaust your stomach more, you can't break down foods, and the bacteria is just thriving in there. It's just getting better and better. The symptoms go lower because it neutralizes all acidity for a while, but you will need to take more and more and more and more, and you do not really work on the cause, but you make it worse. Sorry to break those news, guys. Now, I'm not telling you stop all medication right now. You're going to get in prison. I'm not going to do that. Talk with your doctor. Maybe you share some information with them. Just know that acid blockers and any kinds of proton pump inhibitors will not make you better. And if you feel better, it's just the symptoms covering up the real cause, guys. And this is maybe that resonates with you and you have that experience already, then let me know in the chat box. So that's the first, really, really important. If you don't take anything away from this video, apart from that, it's not your good stomach acid which causes the problem. It's not your stomach doing anything wrong. Your stomach is working just fine. It's just trying to survive and make you feel better. So now, where is this acid coming from, guys? What's happening? Where's this coming from? What do you think? If it's not your good stomach acid, then it has to be something else, right? Okay, so there are two causes, and usually they go together. Number one, the most obvious cause, which is not taught in university, is that bacteria is overgrowing in your stomach, in your small intestine, in your large intestine, in your whole digestive tract. And those bacteria, guys, the pathogenic bacteria, like H. pylori, like resistant strains of strep, they produce acidity, they produce acid. And this is really, really, this acid is nothing like stomach acid. This is inflaming everything. It's not just inflaming your stomach. It's not just inflaming the esophagus. It's not just inflaming your mouth. It can inflame your brain, because those bacteria, they produce an acid and they produce ammonia. Ammonia is a gas which is produced when anything is not digested, and it's also produced by bacteria. So ammonia can travel anywhere in the body. It's like a ghost. And guys, if you want to learn more about ammonia, I produced a video about leaky gut, which is really behind leaky gut. There's nothing food particle traveling through your intestines. It's really just ammonia gas, which is much more a problem because it's highly toxic. You might have walked ever in a pigsty. Anybody ever been in a pigsty, guys? Pigsty? And then you go in there and you have this stinging smell. It's really, really intense. That's ammonia. That's ammonia. And this gas can travel anywhere in the body, so you can have brain inflammation, you can have inflammation of the sinus, post-nasal drip. Mucus is forming. Mucus is forming because of the bacteria, not because of your good stomach acid. So actually, when you have silent reflux, acid reflux, gastritis, it's a sign for that you do not have enough good stomach acid. If you would have enough stomach acid, you wouldn't have that problem, because the bacteria would get killed off. Yeah, so that's reason number one. Biggest reason is the stomach acid issue. Don't have enough stomach acid, bacteria overgrowth. The second one is the weakened liver, overburdened liver. Now the liver needs to produce bile. Bile helps to break down fats. It helps the digestive process in general. Now, when the liver is weakened, there's everything in the body is connected. So even if you think, the liver is later in the digestive system, later in the digestive tract, and the bile gets secreted, but there's like a feedback loop. So when the liver is overburdened, can't produce enough bile, the stomach acid needs to produce more hydrochloric acid to break down protein, to produce more. The stomach needs to produce more enzymes, and this in and by itself, it's super exhausting for both organs. So you have a weakened liver as a cause for silent reflux, and you have bacterial overgrowth together with low stomach acid, low good stomach acid. And then the third one, we talked about that already when I shared the story where I was just coughing and not sleeping, hoarse voice, no energy, asthma all the time. Toxins, high toxicity, environmental toxins, what you put in your body toxins, medication toxins, in your water toxins, just like, guys, you just breathe in. Sorry to paint that picture, but out there in the street, 2 cars pass by, there you go with your toxins. Okay, does that make sense, guys? Let me know. Now I'm going to check what you wrote in the comments box, just to keep up with you. What you said is a no-no. If you haven't done that already, let me know what makes silent reflux worse. I already read one comment that was stress, definitely. Anything where you feel like, okay, I experienced this doesn't work for me, let me know. And then I'm going to share with you some definitely no-nos that you need to avoid if you want to get off this silent reflux. Or any issues really with your stomach and with low stomach acid, etc. Okay, guys, what do you have for me? What makes it worse? Fish. Gary, fish makes it worse. High fat food. Okay. You got some really good questions. I definitely come back to them. I'm just going to check, what do you have for me? What makes it worse? A lot of foods, actually. Big meals. Oh yeah, that's a good one, Gary. Good one. Big meals, definitely. We're gonna tap on that one. Citrus, some spices, oats, dairy. Lynn has dairy. Carbs make it worse. Oh, geez. Carbs make it worse here. Peppermint oil in water. Thomas, does it make it worse or does it make it better? I didn't get that. Okay, good. You got some good stuff here. And let's go into artificial foods. Yeah, they shouldn't be called foods actually, right, Eric? They should be called toxins. They should not be in a supermarket for people to buy. Caffeine, yes, Victoria, definitely caffeine as well. Okay, so you've got some good ones. Let's start. I hope I'm not going to offend you right now. I know some of those foods are really tasty, but they're not going to help you. So what's your priority? Is your priority the pleasure of having 1 minute satisfaction, or the pleasure of feeling better and sleeping better, having more energy, having your voice restored, the inflammation down? It's so worth it, guys. And there are always alternatives. So whenever I talk about don't eat this, I usually do my best to give you good alternatives. So you're not just standing there, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad, because it's not helping anybody. Good, guys. Some easy ones where we might agree all on is smoking. Obviously, when everything is inflamed, smoke, tobacco, more toxins, not helping. Alcohol, neurotoxin, every drop of alcohol, guys. I know this culture, Western culture, we drink, and it's like a celebration, and there's a drink, and just have a good red wine. You know, we're in France, red wine is good for you. No, red grape juice, raw, is good for you. Red wine is not good for you. It's a neurotoxin. Alcohol is a neurotoxin. Your liver is already overburdened, maybe, and then gets more stress, more inflammation. Don't do it. Don't do it. Get away from it as much as you can. Create a culture around you where there is no alcohol. So what I do, for example, as much as you can. So just a few days ago, I had a housewarming party here because I moved into a new place. And I texted the people, I invited them to a potluck, and I told them we're going to do a meditation because I love meditation. And we're going to do a potluck. If you want to bring something, make it alcohol-free and make it plant-based. That's it. You know, you have more power than you think. And I feel it's about us to also inspire other people. You know, when you get inspired here, take it and inspire other people by living it. Not just by telling you shouldn't do this. You know, nobody likes that. That's annoying. But by living it and creating around you a culture where whenever you are the one who creates, if you have a party, it's you to create. Tell them, no alcohol, please. Make it plant-based. Make it dairy-free, you know? So just to give you some power ideas here, what you can do. So smoking, alcohol, no-go. Then we had, who was it? I think it was Gary. Dairy, super bad. Yes, Thomas. We had overeating. So overeating, guys, big meals, you know, twice a day, just a big meal, works for somebody who's super healthy and who, you know, people who are healthy can get away with anything. But if you're suffering, if you have any adrenal issues, for example, or if you have silent reflux, small meals, guys, small meal and more often. Not in the night, though. Not in the night, but during the day. Small meals, because it will give the body more chance to produce the enzymes, produce stomach acid, to have more in control, and that the body is not just, wow, the birds are really going crazy here, that the body is not just battling with the food and with the bacteria on top. So then we have, guys, the keto diet. Raw carnivore diet, keto diet is not the same. But guys, okay, I'm just going to do my little speech here again. So high-fat foods, high-protein foods are not going to help you to recover your digestive system. And that's just because it's really, really easy. This is not a miracle. It's because carbohydrates, complex carbohydrates, we're not talking about high fructose corn syrup or just like white sugar or something like that. But complex carbohydrates and fruits and stuff like that are the most easy to be digested from your, most easy to be absorbed, nutrient dense, and are coming with their own enzymes, broken down within minutes, within hours, different from if you eat a steak or if you eat anything that is cooked or dead and then not from an animal, will put more and more stress on your already impaired digestion. If you're super healthy and you feel like, I want that cutlet, I want that steak, go for it. If you have any digestive issues, don't, or at least reduce until you can get over the reduce and reduce so you don't break everything with once, but it's not going to help. It's not going to help if you keep on high fat, high protein. Even just vegan protein shakes all the time, guys. Yeah, so you can build muscle with celery juice. You don't have, look at those muscles here. I don't do protein juices. You can see this? I'm bragging now a little bit, but it's just, what the fuck. But it's not, you don't need these protein juices and protein shakes and everything like that. So high fat, high protein, down, bad, no with silent reflux. Now, the pleasure point, coffee, caffeine, any kinds of energy drinks, carbonated beverages, create more acidity in your body, especially coffee. This roasting process and coffee in by itself, highly, highly acidic. Acidity in the body, especially if you create it for food, means for the bacteria, for the pathogenic bacteria, yay, all inclusive, best environment ever to thrive. Worst environment for pathogenic bacteria is alkaline environment, which you create through living foods, fruits, vegetables, just the usual stuff, what you can find out there on the tree. Okay, last but not least on my no-no list, I hope you're still there and not crying somewhere in the corner. By the way, guys, if you want to get off the coffee or at least reduce it, I've got a video on that one as well. If you just Google gut feelings and coffee, it should come up. It's something like what steals your energy, something like that. And then coffee alternatives, where I give you some good energizing alternatives that over the long term will increase your energy and not do like this, woo, and are good for your adrenals to recover. Last on that to-do list, we already covered this a little bit, is H2 blockers, proton pump inhibitors, anything that blocks and reduce the production of your good stomach acid. It's the most common thing that every doctor gives you, and it's not helping. It's just a symptom coverage. It's not helping. You're going to help your good stomach acid, and you're going to help with lowering the toxicity in your body, creating a more alkalizing environment. That's the way to go. Okay, now I took everything away from you, what you like, maybe. And now we're going to give you 2 tips what to do instead of the no-nos, just how to improve. And maybe you know already some things. I'm pretty sure you know. So I would love to know from you what makes your silent reflux, your acid reflux, your gastritis, what helped you, what makes it better. Okay, Thomas already shared with me the peppermint oil treatment. Interesting, because it's cooling. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, I'm giving you these 2, and then we're going to go into the discussion, and I'm going to answer some of your questions because they are awesome today. Awesome questions you got here. Now, 2 things you can do. One of them I have here is very slimy. Look at this. See this? It's dripping. Here for Facebook. It's awesome though. Like this guy is called Aloe Vera. You might have heard me talking about this before or showing you how I eat this slimy thing. If you don't get the fresh plant, you can still get an organic gel, which I link in the description below. I tested that. Most of them contain citric acid. This one doesn't. It's really, really pure aloe vera gel. Guys, as slimy as it is here, as healing as it is in the whole digestive system, because this is my number 1 tool for healing scars outside your body, your skin. If I got sunburn, this is what I do. And also scars internally. It's the best thing. It's alkalizing, has enzymes, but it's like this consistency. This consistency is ultra healing. You might want to Google aloe vera benefits or something like that. They will all tell you the same. And because everything, when you got silent reflux or acid reflux, everything is already stored. It's inflamed. This is why you cannot do celery. You cannot do lemon water because it's just inflaming, although this is highly alkalizing for the body. But this one will not give you any problems. So how to eat it is like take about this part, how can you see this? This part, and cut it open. Just eat the inside, don't eat the green stuff. You can chew it like that. It's basically like biting on a snail. Don't recommend it, I do it anyway. And you can also just put it in the blender, blend it up, make it like an aloe vera water, and then you can drink it, and it's almost tasteless. Really, really good. First thing in the morning when you wake up, midday, afternoon, evening, whenever you can, really, guys. Aloe vera can be used anytime, hard to overdose. So go for that one. Second one, super, super surprised now. Never heard of this before if you watch anything on this channel, and that's celery juice. Celery juice kills the bad bacteria. It kills the pathogenic bacteria in your stomach. The H. pylori, the resistant strains of strep, recovers your good stomach acid, helps your liver to heal, contains cholesterol salts, which are important for the whole environment in your stomach and in your digestive tract. With those electrolytes and these cholesterol salts, it just restores everything. It gives the stomach acid the building blocks that it needs to recover. Now, this is also a problem with the HCl supplements that you often get, that they just have one type of HCl. But your stomach acid, as we know from Medical Medium, which I really, really recommend to you guys if you haven't heard of it, Medical Medium, Anthony Williams, amazing books, all pretty thick. You can also just watch a few of my videos where I sometimes try to summarize, but he brings it out with so much more detail. So he shared with us that stomach acid is a blend of seven different acids, and it's not enough if you take an HCl supplement. You basically throw off the whole balance. So don't rely on too much on digestive enzymes, HCl with bentane supplements. Go for celery juice, guys. 16 ounces in the morning on an empty stomach. If you want to learn more about that, check out the whole playlist about celery juice that I have, and it's also linked down in the description below. Okay, deep breath. Lots of information, guys, huh? Are you still with me? Let me know if you're still here. So, all right. Oh, honey and cinnamon before bed. That's interesting. Thank you, Eric. Oh, a lot of people say that they feel better with their cucumber. Not eating late. This is a good one, Lori. Very, very good. Not eating late is a big one as well, giving the digestion a break throughout the night. Fruit makes it better. Cinnamon with honey. Kimberly says apple cider vinegar helps. Well, Kimberly, I know there is like this hype about, apple cider vinegar for weight loss, apple cider vinegar for your stomach acid. Even if it helps for the stomach acid and it helps the upper digestive part, what it does is it puts stress on your liver. So it prickles your liver because it's a vinegar. So if you can do apple cider vinegar, your better alternative would be lemon juice. Because this is alkalizing. The apple cider vinegar is highly acidic, and it's a vinegar, it prickles the liver, and it's the best vinegar from all the vinegars that you get. You know, raw apple cider vinegar, still acidity, better do lemon water. Just a tip. Okay, let's dive into your questions. Let me see. By the way, guys, we're just taking like 5-10 more minutes with the questions, but if you have an important question and you feel like you get lost because there are a lot of people putting questions on, use the super chat. You can support gut feelings for whatever amount you want, and you get your question gets highlighted, so it's better, it stands out. Okay. Now, let me scroll through the box. Sorry by the way, guys, I just want to apologize. There is a lot more comments now coming from all kinds of platforms, from Facebook here, guys. Also personal messages on Instagram, on the YouTube comments. And it's just, guys, just have 2 hands and 24 hours. So even if I'm not able to answer all your questions, I still read most of them and I take notes so I can address them later on. And just so you know, guys, please forgive me if I haven't got back to your questions that you posted. Also via email. Okay, let's see. Okay, Sean P. Is it bad that the first thing I do in the morning is drink lemon water and then take magnesium so that my brain can set up, or should I wait and take the magnesium with breakfast? What magnesium are we talking about, Sean? Are we talking about one of those good magnesiums, or are we talking about magnesium oxide? Then the answer is never. I've got a video on what's the best magnesium supplement. Guys, check that out. Don't just take any of those cheap magnesium oxide supplements that don't really help you. They just clog up your intestinal organs, create all kinds of stones and problems in the body, and they don't help you. You pay for nothing. So it's great if you can do, Sean, if you don't have so much acidity here, if you can do lemon water, it's amazing. Celery juice would even be better. You can do first celery juice and then half an hour do lemon water, or first lemon water, half an hour celery juice. Magnesium depends on the type of magnesium that you have, can be better with breakfast. Yeah? So that's okay. Okay, I'm scrolling down now. Okay. Oh, Sibyl Bradburn, I hope you're still here. Is it okay to have celery juice if you don't have a gallbladder? Yes! Yes! Yes, you want celery juice, especially if you don't have a gallbladder, because it helps your liver to reset. It helps to kill pathogens in the liver. It helps to increase the bile production. It helps to fuel you with digestive enzymes and building up the HCl, especially if you don't have a gallbladder, because then you have often problems with the bile production, often problems that the bile, which dissolves fat, is not coming in the right portion, is not coming at the right time, is not enough to break down those foods. So celery is amazing to stop food rotting, to stop malabsorption. Yes, 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 celery juice. Okay, I'm just browsing through your comments. Be patient with me, please. Okay, that's a good one. Thank you, Mark, for that question. I had H. pylori last year, was on 2 courses of antibiotics. How did I get it? Usually people ask me, how do I get off it? This part was, how do I get it? Oh, H. pylori, guys, is everywhere. H. pylori is on the salad, in the restaurant that you eat, on food, like somebody's coughing. Celery. H. pylori is so common. So instead of working on how can I kill the H. pylori, how can I get rid of the H. pylori, I would rather help the good guys, help the good gut bacteria, help the stomach acid, make your forces stronger, so it doesn't have to be an issue. You might not be able to get rid of resistant strains of strep or of H. pylori completely, but you can build up the good forces. You can get stronger, and then, that's not going to be an issue anymore. I hope this makes sense. Lynn Fox, how do you get your body to produce more? I think that means bile. Bile by improving your liver function, by helping your liver to heal, basically, by helping eating lower fat foods, so you don't have to have so much bile, and that also helps to restore the bile, because bile production is like in digestive enzymes. This is an act. It's also the waste dump, so the bile usually all this stuff gets dumped into it that then gets excreted through the gut. So that's an important one too. So you want to have a constant bile production. One of the best ones in the morning, doing lemon water, celery juice massages the liver. Like this, but gentle, not like salt water flush or any kind of oil flushes. Or don't do this, guys. Don't do this to your body, to force your body to do something that it wouldn't naturally do. Gentle is best. Always gentle, guys. I have people who got in hospital because suddenly they thought, oh my God, I heard this in the internet. I'm doing salt water flush, I'm doing oil water flush, and then they're just miserable and they're damaging their body more. So slowly but gently. Yeah, fried foods, guys. Fried foods have to go. You have silent reflux, you have acid reflux, gastritis. Fried foods are the worst fatty foods that you can have. Damage the liver, etc. Not even starting with it. Okay, I'm scrolling a little bit faster here. The fermented vegetable question, should I eat fermented vegetables when I have a stomach infection? No. Fermented vegetables were there for helping us survive. Yes, fermented vegetables contain probiotics, but they're weak probiotics. They are thriving, those bacteria, they're thriving on dying food. Yeah, just to make this clear. So this kind of biotics are so much weaker, and usually they get killed in the stomach, and they are acidic. So again, you don't want to have too much acidity through the food coming in, because it creates a perfect environment for the bacteria. Not talking about your good stomach acid. This is important, okay? So better for you, Usama Said, would be to do sprouts, raw sprouts, eating raw, organic, fresh vegetables or fruits, just like that. They all have a bacterial film around them, much stronger, elevated biotics around them that you can eat, and they actually get to the end part of the small intestine. This is where the good gut bacteria camp is. And once you rebuild this, you have improved your microbiome, you have improved your gut health. And it also helps the stomach. Okay. Yeah, Gary, Roland, I answered that question. No, I would not recommend to take HCl supplements at all, because it throws off the balance with this blend of stomach acid. So no, celery juice, much better and maybe cheaper. Cucumber is amazing. Yes, if celery is still too intense, cucumber is very cooling as well. For the liver who has heat, an inflamed liver, inflamed digestive system, cucumber is really, really good. Also contains glucose. Cinnamon with honey, amazing. Agreed. Okay, I'm browsing a few more questions. Oh, Kimberly Ward, I've been doing celery juice for a while. It helped me tremendously, but I still need digestive enzymes with HCl. Are you doing it in the morning and in the evening? That might be a work. Look into what you're eating as well, that it's low fat and low protein and as plant-based as possible. Also bringing in some Hawaiian spirulina can help. And digestive enzymes are okayish. HCl, not so much. Yeah, it's still better than proton pump inhibitors and any kinds of things that cover up your good stomach acid and neutralize that. Okay, Yanis Lokopoulos, 2 spoons of olive oil before bed. I would not recommend that. As we have talked about, for your liver, and that might feel good because it's oil, it's liquid. I would rather do this. I would do aloe vera. This is a low-fat, low-protein juice food. It helps you actually heal the scar tissue. Manuka honey is great as well. The Shai 1806, but it's expensive. You could also just use organic raw honey. Thomas Shortland, chronic ear infections. Is that a question? So do you have often ear infections? It's hard to tell what this is like for ear infections, just to make this short because it's a little bit out of the subject. Silent reflux can be an issue for that, but usually also strep bacteria is an issue. Low immunity can be an issue. Maybe there's some damage early on happened in the ears. It depends on if it's both ears or just one ear. See what else. I would bring in zinc. And then, of course, I would need to know more about like chronic ear infection. Which side? When does it happen? How often? It's a big subject. I might do a video. I can't promise though because it's a little bit out of topic. Okay. Okay, Gary, Roland again. What else for during the day besides celery juice? So guys, I'm not sure if you have noticed this, but I have a product that I created. It's called the Gut Healing Challenge, which basically, I would never created this for myself, guys, but people have been asking me, what should I eat? When should I do this? What habits should I have? And I created a 1-week gut healing challenge, which addresses exactly your question, Gary. And we get like a shopping list, meal plan, information to all the healing foods that are in there. And it's mindset work. It's really complex but simple, like simple to do. You don't have to turn around your whole life. Simple recipes, tasty, easy, and they are low fat, mostly low protein, and they contain those healing foods like celery that help you to heal over a long time. So maybe you want to check that out, Gary, if that resonates with you. I link that down below. It's called the Gut Healing Challenge or Gut Healing Guide. It has a little broccoli behind it. Broccoli is one part as well. Okay. Let's move on. Oh, guys, I could stand with you here for hours. We're already over 45 minutes. This is such an amazing topic. I'm so glad you're all here. Okay, let me just check because there was one more question. Yeah, Gary, thank you so much for the donation. I have to clear my throat constantly. What else can you suggest? So throat clearing, as we talked about, is one of the big symptoms for for silent reflux. Yeah, it also anything mucus coming up, there's something going on in your stomach, in your small intestines, bacteria, toxins, low immunity, all comes together because the immune system is constantly working on keeping the bacterial waste low, keeping up with the bacterial waste, which creates ammonia, this gas as well. So celery juice is the best one, Gary, if you're doing that already. Doing the tips that I've recommended right now. I've also got a playlist on acid reflux, which I'm linking down below. Even if you have silent reflux, and we talked about that the symptoms are very different, the causes are very much the same. Toxins, overburdened liver, bacterial overgrowth, not enough stomach acid. Also, Gary, for you, with your throat, you want to improve your stomach acid. Good stomach acid. I've got a whole playlist on how to improve your stomach acid. Check that out. Go on the Gut Healing Challenge. Try that out for a week. And you got some follow-up options in there as well, how to continue healing your gut because it's not done in 1 week. So that's one. Also, zinc can help with helping the immune system to boost and lowering killing the resistant strain of strep and preventing you from taking up, or like not preventing, but making it easier for you to bring down, to not get more toxins in your body, because zinc is a heavy metal and it has a very similar chemical structures to other toxic heavy metals. So if your body has enough zinc, which almost nobody of us has, guys, even if you do not have, it's not just for Gary right now, almost everybody of us is low in zinc because we need more zinc the more we have toxic exposure. We need more zinc if we have any gastritis, any chronic health issues. We do not have enough zinc in our food anymore because the soil is depleted. So that kind of all completely comes together. So making sure you get a good quality zinc supplement, not just any zinc oxide, guys. Don't go out there and now, oh, I need zinc, and just buy, BS. That's the word to say, BS. Go for a liquid zinc sulfate. I have a video about that where I explain why they are different and what you need to focus on. It's called Best Zinc Supplement, Gut Feelings. Let's check that out as well, especially for you, Gary, here. Okay, guys. Whew. Now, my voice getting a little bit hoarse now. Not really, but it's a lot of talking. Thank you so much for all the information and for all the attention and just engaging here. It's amazing, guys. I wish I could answer all your questions. Come back next week. We're going to do it again. Maybe we're even going to focus on something similar again so we can keep on with the conversation. Thank you so much. I wish you a wonderful Sunday, or maybe it's Monday, whenever you're watching, and see you next week. Bye, guys.